We're headed back to the Inkwell Isles for more wacky adventures with Cuphead and Mugman. Things are a bit different though this time because you aren't going to be needing that game console or your controller. The Cuphead Show is the latest in a line of many video games making their way to our screens through movies and TV shows. Netflix is already leading the pack with shows like The Witcher and Arcane, changing the narrative around video game adaptations. Can Cuphead join its predecessors in a line of wins for the video game adaptation genre? Cuphead is a classic run-and-gun action game sporting a classic 1930s cartoon style reminiscent of Mickey Mouse and the Looney Tunes. The game stars Cuphead and his brother Mugman as they face off against the devil himself. The Netflix series is very similar to the original game, but it does change the lore a bit to fit the show's structure. The video game was shooting for that classic Mickey Mouse and even Felix the Cat aesthetic, and the Cuphead show is leaning a bit more modern, feeling more like a successor to the Animaniacs than those 1930s shorts. Our main cast of Cuphead is fantastic. Our titular character, Cuphead, is played by True Valentino, Mugman is played by Frank Tordero, Elder Cato is played by Joe Hanna, King Dice is played by Wayne Brady, and the Devil is played by Luke Millington Drake. And they all bring a new sense of energy and life to this world. And we meet new characters traveling to different locations, and it's overall chaos, and it's just fun to watch. Each episode is roughly 15 minutes in length and sees Cup and Muggsy getting into all sorts of trouble. The show takes full advantage of the characters and levels from the games and consistently brings a smile to your face. It's a mix of slapstick and musical numbers, and that really keeps you interested, especially with the update to the story. In the original game, Cuphead and Mugman are both greedy and gamble with the devil, ultimately losing and now having to repay that debt. It's okay for a video game storyline, but it makes the two operate in a bit of a gray area. However, in the Netflix series, Cup and Muggsy get scammed at a carnival, appropriately named Carn Evil, and now Cup's soul belongs to Satan. This small change makes the line of good and evil crystal clear, and makes the two boys out to be lovable idiots instead of greedy jerks. The Cuphead show still does have a few minor issues though. It thrives because of its shorter runtime, and so it packs a ton of info and jokes into each episode. However, some plot lines are a bit redundant. It doesn't serve Netflix's binge model very well, so watching 2 or 3 episode bursts would be better, and it would allow the jokes to breathe a bit more. Also, the relationship between Cup and Muggsy is excellent, but it did get a bit stale for me as we reached the end of the series. Thankfully, they added Miss Chalice, played by the incredible Grey Griffin. She added that much-needed shake-up to the status quo as the season reached its conclusion, and hopefully, Season 2 kind of cleans up some of these minor issues I've had with Cuphead. The Cuphead show is a perfect video game adaptation. The characters are fun, the world is vibrant, and the music gets stuck in your head. It harkens back to those old school cartoons from almost 100 years ago, and it creates something new. It creates the perfect Saturday morning cartoon. If you're looking for fun and a dash of the heebie-jeebies, then the Cuphead show is for you. Thank you to Netflix for providing access for early review, and Cuphead will be hitting Netflix on February 18th, 2022. Thank you guys so much for watching. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.